I know that right now you are busy, with many things on your mind, worries taking up your thoughts, and tasks demanding your attention. But listen closely to my voice, because what I am about to tell you cannot wait. I am about to perform a miracle in front of you, a miracle that will change how you see, not only with your eyes, but also with your spirit. I need you to work with me and open your heart fully to what I am about to reveal to you. Pay attention, because I will give you 3 words. These are not just empty words or sounds, but keys that will unlock the door to my divine intervention. When you speak them with faith, my power will move upon you, and what seemed impossible will begin to happen. I know the struggles you had with your vision. I've seen every time your eyes didn't work the way you wanted, every moment when clarity slipped away from you like sand through your fingers. I have felt your frustration during those darker days, when your efforts to see better felt useless. You've tried treatments, sought specialists, followed advice, and prayed through your tears. Yet, things still haven't changed. But I want you to understand something today. Not everything you've experienced has been for nothing. I have seen your persistence, your will to keep going despite the challenges, and your faith that, though it wavered, has never fully given up. Today I say to you, I, the Lord, come to you with a miracle in my hands. What you are about to witness will not be the result of human effort or medical science, although I have given wisdom to mankind. And oh, what I will do for you will come directly from my creative power. I am the one who formed every part of your body, who designed your eyes with great care even before you saw the world for the first time. I do not enjoy seeing you suffer. I do not take pleasure in your struggles or your constant limitations. It was never my plan for you to live burdened by discomfort, nor to be held back by blurry vision. The moment you are in now is not by chance. It is a time of divine intervention that I have set aside for you. In the next few moments, as you listen to my voice and open your heart, something will begin to change in your eyes. It will be as if a fog starts to lift, like a window that has been shut for years suddenly opens, and light pours in with great force. What you will see will not only become sharper and clearer, but you will also feel as though an invisible weight is being lifted from you. Do not think this is too much for me. Remember, I am the one who gives sight to the blind and opens the eyes of those who cannot see. My hand is strong enough to heal, and my will today is to restore you. This is not just a simple moment of hope. It is a decree that comes directly from my mouth. Your sight will be restored. What I begin in you today will not stop, because my word does not return empty. That is why I ask you to stay here, to listen carefully to every word, and not to be distracted or turn away, for this is an appointment that will not happen again. This is the moment I have set aside for you to receive what you have been waiting for. Stay with me, and you will see that my power knows no limits. What has been a struggle for you for years, for me, is something that can happen in an instant. I am here, and in just a few moments, your eyes will open, and everything will change. What I am about to give you is not something that can be found in medication, medical procedures, or the wisdom of mankind. These words I speak carry my life, my essence, and my creative power. When you speak them with faith, they will release my power into your eyes. It is not by your own strength, not by your human effort, nor by how hard you try to see better, but by fully trusting in my ability to heal that this miracle will take place. I am the one who has planned this, prepared it, and will bring it to pass. You only need to receive it, believe it, and hold it in your heart. The first word I want you to say is vision. When you speak this word, let it be more than just a sound from your lips. Let it be a declaration from the very core of your spirit. Remember, I am the one who created light and the eyes to see it. When you speak vision, you will be aligning your sight with the perfect vision I planned for you before you were born. In that moment, I will remove all distortion from your sight. I will make what with crooked straight, clear away what with cloudy, and restore the seeing loss. You will experience true vision clear, unclouded, and fully restored. Every area where your eyes have struggled will be touched by my healing hand. It doesn't matter if it's a recent condition or something that has troubled you for years. It doesn't matter if man has said it can't be fixed. With me, there are no limits. When you say the word vision, I want you to see yourself walking with confidence, noticing every detail around you, appreciating colors, shapes, and distances in a way you've never done before. Picture yourself living and thriving with full sight, enjoying each day without the weight of limitations. Your eyes will no longer be a burden, nor will they cause pain or frustration. This is your moment of restoration. Do not doubt, do not hesitate, but trust, for I am the Lord, and I am the one who heals. Now listen carefully, for the second word I want you to say is clarity. I know there have been times when your vision felt blurry, when things blended together and the world around you became unclear, as if a fog was always in the way. That is about to change. When you say clarity, you will not only be talking about better sight with your physical eyes, but also declaring that I am removing all confusion, all shadow, and all distortion from your life. Just as I restore your sight, I also bring clarity to your path, your decisions, and your understanding. I want you to speak this word with confidence, knowing that every time you do, I am working in you. I am cleaning the lens of your eyes, removing all layers of fog, all barriers that prevent the light from shining through. As I do this, I will also bring spiritual clarity, so you can clearly see my purpose and my plans. When you live in clarity, you will no longer walk in darkness, you will no longer fear stumbling, and you won't rely on uncertainty. Instead, you will know exactly where I am leading you. My child, do not take these words lightly. Vision and clarity are not just ideas. They are powerful declarations that I place in your mouth for you to speak and make your own. When you say them, I seal them in the heavens, and what is sealed there will come to pass here on earth. Do not speak these words without meaning, but with a heart full of faith. Faith is the channel through which my power flows to you. That is why I say to you, stay in my presence. Do not look away. Do not let yourself be distracted. What I have started in you will continue to grow until your sight is as perfect as the day I created you. This is your moment. I am your healer. The third word I am giving you today is the final key that will completely open the door to the transformation that has already begun in you. This word is light. It is not just the light that shines during the day or removes darkness, but the light that flows directly from my throne, pure, perfect, and untainted. When you speak the word light, my radiance will enter the deepest parts of your eyes and drive out any darkness or shadow that has tried to cloud your vision. The light I give you does not fade. It does not grow weaker over time, nor does it depend on outside conditions. It is eternal and unchanging. The moment you speak this word, I will begin to fill your being with clarity that goes beyond just your physical sight. This light will reach every cell of your eyes, bringing them into alignment with the perfect design I made for you from the beginning. Everything that had been damaged will begin to heal. What had slowed down will start working with precision, and what seemed dead will receive new life. This light will not only heal what is visible but will go deep into the source of the problem, fixing what caused the issue. As the light moves through you, you will feel as though an invisible veil is being lifted. Colors will become brighter, shapes will be clearer, and details will be sharper. The world around you will no longer appear dull or blurry, but will open up with a beauty you may have thought was lost. It won't just be that your eyes see better, but your entire inner self will notice the difference. The light I send will bring peace, and this peace will be like a soothing balm that will heal the tiredness in your heart from all the struggles you faced. The light I am pouring into you is unlike any other. It is the same light that called creation into being, the same light that separated the darkness in the beginning, the same light that has guided my faithful ones throughout generations. That light carries power and authority. And when this is fully established in you, no trace of darkness will remain. Neither sickness, nor tiredness, nor the natural wear of life will have the power to cover what has been restored. When you speak the word light, don't just think of the eyes you see with, but also of the full vision I have for your life. Just as I will remove the obstacles blocking your physical sight, I will also clear the confusion and lies that have tried to slow your progress. You will begin to see clearly what was once hidden, and you will be able to move confidently along the path I have laid out for you. This is not an empty promise. It is a work that is already taking place. My hands are at work in you right now, adjusting, cleansing, strengthening, and securing what I have already declared. Vision, clarity, and light are the three keys I've given you to unlock what I'm doing in you. Speak them with faith, and do not let doubt steal what is already yours. What started as a word in your mouth will soon become something everyone can see, and all will know that I have intervened with power. My work is flawless, and what I restore will never break again. This is how it will be for you. The process is already complete in my will, and now I am making it visible for you to experience fully. In this moment, a wave of power begins to flow through you like an unseen river, gentle yet unstoppable, moving through every part of your being. It's not a force that strikes hard, but a living energy that moves with perfect aim, reaching exactly where healing is needed. It feels like a warm, pure breath descending from above, settling deep within you, waking up areas that have been still for years. Everything around you grows quiet. The distractions that once pulled at you fade away, and a peaceful stillness fills the air. It is in this sacred silence that my work moves forward, uninterrupted. The smallest parts of your eyes begin to respond, obeying the command I've given. Every internal part, every nerve, every cell gets new instructions, and all are working together in perfect harmony to fulfill what I've declared. The feeling within you is unlike anything you've experienced before. It's a mixture of relief and new strength. There is no pain in this process, only a deep, unshakable certainty that change is happening. A soft light begins to filter in, not like the light from the outside, but like a clarity that rises up from within. It no longer depends on what is around you, because it comes from what I am placing in you right now. Suddenly, the edges of everything you see become clearer. The colors that once seemed faded are now brighter and more intense. Distance is now measured with accuracy, and what used to be difficult to see is now effortless. What was once blurry is now focused, and what was foggy is now clear, as if the wind had blown the mist away. This is not just about improving your sight, but about experiencing freedom. The limitation that has weighed you down for so long no longer holds its place. What once was a constant burden fades away like a shadow when the sun rises. This is not a small or temporary change. It is a complete act that carries my perfection. As this power continues to work in you, a deep sense of peace fills your body. It's as if your sight is only the start of a larger renewal. Every part of you feels the freshness of the new, the rest that comes after a long struggle, and the assurance that you will never go back. This is not a quick fix. It is a full restoration, returning everything to its original state, just as I designed it in the beginning. And now, as everything settles into place, the space around you fills with peace. This peace is not passive, but active like a guard protecting what I have just done. No force, no situation, no doubt can undo what I've established. The work is finished and is protected by my authority. What has begun in you is not just a small change, but the start of a completely new chapter. The transformation inside you is spreading like ripples in a pond, reaching places you cannot yet see. Not only are the things that were limited being fixed, but hidden abilities are now being activated, waiting for the right moment to show themselves. It's as though everything has suddenly found its place in a way it never had before. It's not just about seeing things in front of you with greater clarity, but discovering a new depth in everything you observe. Details that used to go unnoticed now stand out with stunning clarity. Shapes, colors, patterns, and textures appear more defined, as if the world itself has been renewed along with you. Your mind also responds to this change. Thoughts become sharper, ideas flow more easily, and decisions that once seemed difficult now come with ease. This is not by chance. It is part of the same work I have done, bringing together your physical, mental, and spiritual being to function in perfect harmony. What was once scattered now finds its place. What was fragmented comes together for a single purpose. There is now a new balance in your life. The tensions that once drained you disappear, replaced by a quiet strength. This strength is not a fleeting energy, but a steady flow that comes from the very source of my power. It is a never-ending supply that will enable you to maintain what you've received and move forward toward what is yet to come. This change also alters how you interact with everything around you. Distances no longer feel uncertain. Movements are more confident, and the connection between what you see and what you do becomes more precise. This is not just a small improvement, but a full restoration that touches every action, every step, and every moment of your day. Your perception of time also shifts. There is no longer a rush or worry like before. It's as if each second now has the right pace and rhythm. This deep peace in the midst of activity shows that my work in you is not temporary or partial, but complete and lasting. And as this unfolds, a new horizon opens up before you. What once seemed far away is now within reach. Projects you had set aside begin to take shape again in your mind. Goals that once felt too big now seem possible. What you once saw as an obstacle now reveals itself as an opportunity. This is not a change that calls you to look back, but one that pushes you forward without fear, knowing that every step will be supported by what I have placed inside you. The restoration I have begun is not a one-time event for a single moment, but the start of a journey that will continue to bring about results. There will be no breaks or setbacks. With each passing day, the full effect of what I have done will become more clear, and your life will serve as proof that my power has no limits. What I have done in you is not something hidden. The transformation I've brought to you shines outward without a doubt. Those around you can see that something is different, even if they can't explain it. There's a light in your eyes that wasn't there before, a calmness in your face that speaks of confidence and assurance. It's not just a physical change. It's a manifestation that goes beyond the natural. What comes from my hand doesn't just touch the outside, it reaches into every part of your being. As you engage with others, they will sense the difference. The way you speak reflects your confidence. Your movements show balance, and even your actions reveal a strength that doesn't come from you. It's as if every part of you is now aligned with the fullness I have placed inside you. There are no signs of constant struggle, built-up tension, or exhaustion. What you now radiate is fresh life, steady energy, and peace that remains. This is not about seeking attention, but witnessing something amazing without needing to say a word. The way you go about your daily life will show others that something extraordinary has taken place. Even those who don't believe will feel drawn to what they see in you, because my work has an impact that goes beyond human understanding. This change also opens doors that once seemed closed. Paths that were once blocked now open smoothly. Challenges that once felt overwhelming now move effortlessly. This is not just a coincidence, but a result of the restoration I've set in motion. Because when I step in, I don't just fix what's broken, but I prepare the way for you to walk confidently toward what I have planned for you. The limitations that once controlled your life no longer have power over you. The fear of moving backward has no ground to stand on, and the insecurity that used to keep you stuck now has no place. Everything that once felt like a threat loses its power in the light of the reality you now experience. What I have done in you is not fragile or temporary. It is strong, lasting, and unshakable. The fullness you now have is not dependent on what's happening around you. The days will change, the seasons will shift, but what I have done in you will remain unchanged. No outside pressure, no opposing voice, no shadow from your past can undo what I have declared. This intervention carries my eternal mark, and what I seal cannot be undone. So, now that you are renewed, walk with the confidence of someone who knows they've received something that can't be taken away. Let every step you take, every look you give, and every action you make reflect the work I have done in you. When others ask what has happened, you won't need to explain in long speeches. It will be enough for them to see the result. They will understand that the restoration you've experienced is not by chance or human effort, but by my power and perfect will. The work is finished, the change is real, and what you've received today will be the foundation I will continue to build upon. Now begins a time when everything you are and everything you do will carry a renewed sense of purpose. The restoration I've brought to you isn't an end in itself, but the beginning of a journey toward new dimensions that were once beyond your reach. What you've received is not just an answer to a personal need, but a preparation for a time when every resource you have will be used more fully. With restored vision comes a deeper understanding of the opportunities and responsibilities around you. Things that once passed you by now stand out clearly, and connections that once felt random reveal their true purpose. It is no accident that you find yourself in certain places or meeting certain people. Everything is being carefully arranged so that what I've done in you has a far-reaching effect. The clarity with which you now see your surroundings allows you to act with more wisdom. It is no longer about reacting to what happens, but anticipating what's ahead with confident steps. This brings you an advantage that is not measured by physical strength, but by the wisdom and guidance you now have. The decisions you make during this time will be guided by the clarity I have placed within you, ensuring that you do not waste time or energy on paths that lead nowhere. The restoration I have brought to you has also strengthened your ability to influence others in a positive way. The change that has occurred in you will serve as an example for those still struggling. By simply seeing your transformation, they will understand that what seemed impossible is possible and that what appeared unchangeable can be transformed. You won't need to persuade them with words. Your very presence will remind them that there is a power greater than all limitations. Furthermore, this new state will allow you to excel in areas that once felt difficult. Tasks that once drained your energy will now flow with ease. What once took so much effort will now become a source of satisfaction and growth. This is not just for your benefit, but a platform for you to serve and contribute in ways you never imagined possible. In this new stage, there will be no room for passivity. Every day will be an opportunity to move forward, build, and take tangible actions to express the fullness you have received. What once held you back no longer has power over you, and what appeared to be a limit is now the beginning of something greater. The future ahead is full of possibility, not because the circumstances are perfect, but because the transformation I have made in you gives you the strength to face any situation with stability. Even in the midst of challenges, you will stay focused and strong because you will not depend on the outside world to keep what I have already established in you. This is the start of a new chapter, where every step will be purposeful, every word will carry meaning, and every action will reflect the work I have done in you. The change is real, the path is clear, and the purpose is set. There is no turning back, because what I have established in you is meant to stay and grow. I know that right now you are busy, with many things on your mind and tasks demanding your attention, but listen to my voice, because what I am about to tell you cannot wait. I am about to perform a miracle in your eyes, a miracle that will change the way you see, not just physically, but also spiritually. I need you to work with me and open your heart fully to what I am about to show you. Pay close attention because I am going to give you 3 words. These are not just simple words or sounds, but keys that will open the door to my divine intervention. When you speak them with faith, my power will move over you, and what once seemed impossible will start to happen. I know the challenges you faced with your vision. I have seen every time your eyes didn't work the way you wanted, every moment when clarity slipped away from you like sand through your fingers. I have felt your frustration when the days grew darker, when all your efforts to see better seemed to lead nowhere. You've tried treatments, sought specialists, followed advice, and prayed with tears, but nothing changed. But today, I want you to know that not everything you've gone through has been in vain. I have seen your persistence, your desire to move forward despite the limits, and your faith that, even though shaken, has never given up. Today, I tell you that I, the Lord, come to you with a miracle in my hands. What you are about to experience will not be the result of human effort or medical science, though I have given wisdom to people. And oh, what I will do in you will come directly from my creative power. For I am the one who formed every part of your body, who designed your eyes with detail and care even before you saw the light of day. I do not enjoy seeing you suffer. I do not take pleasure in your struggles or in the constant difficulties you face. It was never my plan for you to live with discomfort or for blurry vision to weigh you down. The moment you are living in is not by chance. It is a time of divine intervention that I have prepared just for you. In the next few minutes, as you listen to my voice and open your heart, something will begin to happen in your eyes. Listen closely, because what I'm about to say is meant just for you, at this exact moment. It's no accident that you're hearing this now. I, your God, have been watching over you since before you were even formed in your mother's womb. I have seen every step of your journey, every success and every pain, every laugh and every tear. Now, I want to explain to you the reasons behind so many things that may have seemed unclear, why I allowed certain things to happen, why it felt like you lost something or had something taken from you. You thought your world was falling apart, that the little or much you had worked for was slipping away. You felt as though everything you cherished was being torn from your grasp. Your sense of security and identity was shaken. But I want you to understand that it wasn't punishment, it was love. This wasn't about starting over, like fixing something broken. It was about leading you toward a life that's built on something unshakable, something eternal. I am guiding you to a foundation that cannot be moved, so that you can live fully, truthfully, and with a purpose that lasts forever. Everything that's temporary will fade, but what I have in store for you will remain. I saw the times when you hid your true feelings just to avoid discomfort. I watched as you dimmed the light I placed inside of you, all to fit into places that were never meant for you. I saw you change, shape yourself, and even pretend to be someone else so that others would accept you. You altered your voice, your actions, your words, and buried your deepest dreams. All because you wanted to belong. Yet, deep inside, you knew that you weren't where you were meant to be. I also saw you grow strong on the outside, but not because that was your true self. It was because you didn't want others to see the vulnerability you feared they would reject. I saw how you built tall, strong walls around your heart, believing that by doing so, you would keep yourself safe from being hurt again. I saw how you became someone who smiled on the outside while your true self cried out in silence. And while those walls seemed to protect you, they were also taking away the chance for you to truly live as the person I created you to be. That's why, with my endless love, I allowed discomfort to grow inside of you. I let you feel like you no longer fit into the masks you had put on, because you were never meant to live hidden. I made those false appearances fall away like dry leaves in the changing season, not to shame you, but to set you free. I did not expose you to humiliate you, but to show you that you no longer have to hide. There is a part of you that no one else fully understood, because I am the one who first saw it. I made you with truth, with courage, with a light that reflects my love, and with a heart that can walk in deep connection with me. But for the true version of you to come out, I had to take away all the false things that time, pain, and others' opinions had built. Yes, it felt like you were losing yourself, like the person you were was slipping away. But what was really happening is that I was taking off the masks, the roles that were never yours, the labels that never belonged to you. While you thought everything was falling apart, I was getting the ground ready for the real you to grow. While you believed you were in ruins, I was clearing away the things that were stopping you from thriving. Listen closely now. Your tears were never wasted. Every single one of them was collected by me and placed as a seed in the soil of your heart. You did not cry in vain. Those tears are gifts that I used to soften the earth, where I will now plant something new and everlasting. And what seemed like the end was actually the start of something that can never be shaken. That's why I tell you, stay here and listen. Don't turn away. Don't block this voice, and don't ignore this call, because this is the moment I have set up for you. I have opened a door before you, and this opportunity you have today may never come again. Do not fear change. Do not hold on to what is already gone, because what I have for you is real, lasting life. This is your final invitation to step into the fullness of what I planned for you before the world began. I am here, speaking to you and waiting for your response. Listen closely, because my message for you doesn't stop here. What I am revealing to you today is not just a temporary comfort. It is a call to action, a repositioning, and a deep invitation. I am the one who sees beyond what you see, which is why I've worked in your life in ways you sometimes didn't understand. I cannot empower a shadow. I cannot crown an incomplete version of you that isn't the true work I created. The fullness of your destiny can only be revealed according to the perfect plan I set for you before you were born, not according to the script shaped by fear, old wounds, or others' expectations. That's why I searched for those parts of you that had been shaped to please others, to fit into molds that were never yours. I searched for where you were hiding, not to shame you or expose you, but to return you to the truth that is rightfully yours as my child. What felt like exposure to you was actually a deep healing, a restoration of your most intimate self. I didn't leave you in places where you were only tolerated, where you barely belonged. I brought you out of there with strength, even though it sometimes hurt, and led you to new ground where you would have to live with an open heart. What I am about to give you cannot be held by someone who hides their true self or pretends to be something they are not. What I am about to give you requires true honesty. It demands your wholeness. It calls for integrity without any masks, and it asks you to have the courage to show up fully as yourself, even when that true self doesn't fit the expectations of others. My beloved, I have been preparing you for this moment. You might not have seen it, but every difficult experience, every loss that brought you to tears, every betrayal you faced, has been peeling away the layers that were never meant to define you. And now, very soon, you will begin to experience a freedom you didn't know existed, the freedom to live as your true self, not as the person shaped by the approval of others or the demands of society. You will no longer live to protect an image, but to reflect the version of you that I saw from the very beginning. Then you will understand that the opportunities I place in front of you will not ask you to shrink or change who you are, but will instead align perfectly with the essence I created in you from the start. And when that happens, you will experience a peace so deep that it will wash away all the anxiety, restlessness, and doubt that once took your breath away. You will know that you are no longer waiting for something better, but you are finally moving toward what has always been meant for you. You will realize that what seemed like a fresh start is not just a return to the beginning, but the arrival of something so complete that you will see how everything in your life, every step, was part of the journey. What's coming will not be random or occasional blessings, but a steady, ordered outpouring. The right people will come into your life. The resources you need will show up. The clarity you've been missing will finally be there, and the doors that once seemed locked will open wide. All of this will confirm that you are no longer chasing what might happen, but you are walking confidently into your true purpose. Keep this truth in your heart. I have prepared these things for you, not just for you to enjoy, but for you to carry them with wisdom and responsibility. The blessings coming to you now are not just decorations for your life. They are the tools for the eternal purpose I've placed in your hands. They will not come before or after, but at the perfect moment, when you are truly ready. And when they arrive, they will not tear you down but build you up. And now, my beloved, that moment has come. Long before time itself began, my eyes were already fixed on every part of your life. There was never a hidden moment, never a forgotten second. I saw the start, the growth, and the end of every stage, long before you even experienced it. I watched as you took uncertain steps, made decisions out of fear, and chose comfort over truth. And yet, I never turned my back on you. I allowed some seasons to be tough, even painful, not because I wanted to see you suffer, but because I knew that in those moments, the fire was shaping something in you that no easy time could ever do. Do not think that my silence during some years meant I abandoned you. In those quiet times when it seemed nothing was happening, I was working in ways you couldn't see, putting things in place, shifting hearts, and blocking paths that seemed promising but were hiding dangers. I removed from your life those who pretended to help you, but who, had they stayed, would have weakened the very foundation I am building within you. I didn't let you carry unnecessary weight, because what I have for you requires spiritual lightness and clear vision. I cannot give authority or an eternal purpose to a broken version of you, or a reflection twisted by fear, past pain, or the expectations others put on you. The design I created for you cannot be replaced by the version you made just to survive. That's why I reached deep into your being and began removing everything that came from the need to fit in, everything born from the fear of rejection. I went to the place where you hid your true self, not to leave you open to shame, but to bring you back to the fullness that was always meant to be yours. I know that process was hard. You felt like the walls you had built for protection were falling down, leaving you exposed, but it was in this space that I was truly restoring you. Every wall that fell was made of insecurity, the need for shallow acceptance, and the desire for approval that depended on conditions. I didn't bring them down to leave you vulnerable, but to give you room to breathe, free from the pressure of a small, confining space. I wanted you to see that my protection isn't a prison, but a wide, open place where you can move with ease, without the fear that your true identity will be crushed. What I'm preparing for you can't fit into hands that hold onto a false image. What I'm about to trust you with requires a truth that stands firm, an integrity that doesn't change with the circumstances, and a completeness that isn't swayed by the desire for temporary approval. I've been working within you, shaping you, so that you can step into any situation with all that you are, even if your authenticity challenges the expectations of those around you. because what I'm about to pour into your life cannot be carried by someone who dims their light to avoid discomfort. Every challenge you faced was a tool, chiseling away the false layers around you. Every disappointment peeled back a veil that kept you from seeing who you really are. Even those times when you felt out of control were actually moments when I was reclaiming the original design I had planned for you. Now, who you are is no longer defined by the labels people put on you or the image you created to protect yourself. The authenticity I've restored within you will be the perfect container for what's to come. Soon, you'll realize that the opportunities opening up won't require you to change your true self or shrink your voice. The responsibilities you will take on will align with the purpose I placed in you from the very start. Instead of anxiety, you'll feel a deep sense of peace, and you will understand that it's not about waiting idly, but walking confidently toward the fulfillment of what has always been meant for you. When my provision starts to show up, it won't be random. Every connection, every resource, every door, and every answer will come at the right time. Nothing will be a coincidence, because everything is part of a plan that cannot be stopped. What is coming will confirm that you are no longer chasing after what's uncertain, but that you have aligned with the eternal truth of your purpose. Everything I have set aside for you is not just for your own enjoyment, but to be handled with wisdom and a heart that doesn't seek praise or glory. I have waited for the perfect time to place you in a position where you can manage abundance without it changing who you are. I have kept these things for you so that when they come, you will see them not as simple blessings, but as important parts of the purpose I've always had for your life. This is the start of a manifestation that cannot be stopped because you are now ready to carry it. Every step in your life has meaning that goes beyond the present moment and place. No detail was by accident. Every decision you made, even those you thought were mistakes, has been redeemed by my hands to become part of a bigger picture, one that your limited view couldn't see. I've taken your darkest days and your brightest moments and woven them together to create something eternal, something that will not fade away. I am not hurried by the rush of time, for I understand it completely. I am the one who decides when a seed will grow, when it will bloom, and when it will bear fruit. I never push for a harvest before the right time, because true growth needs deep roots. In you, I've planted seeds that have been hidden longer than you expected. And even though you thought they were gone, they have actually been getting stronger in secret, getting ready to carry the weight of the blessings that are on the way. I've closed doors that seem perfect for you, but if you had gone through them, they would have led you off the path of your true destiny. I have also allowed some roads to be longer, not to make you tired, but to build your strength and understanding. Because I don't want you to mistake any opportunity for the right one. Not everything that shines comes from me. That's why I've helped you sharpen your hearing, so you can recognize my voice even in the midst of all the noise around you. There have been times on your journey when you felt like you were alone, but my presence was always with you, never leaving your side. I was with you in the silences, in the detours, and in the changes. When those you thought were unshakable turned away from you, I stayed steady, holding you up even when you didn't see it. I did not let the weight you carried break you because I knew the strength I was building within you. What is coming will not just be an improvement of what you had before, because I am not building on old foundations. I am creating something brand new, something that will not depend on broken or unstable ground. This new phase will be supported by a strength that does not bend and by a clarity that will not be clouded by fear. In what I'm doing now, there is no place for the doubt that once held you back. There will be no room for comparisons that made you feel small. I have removed the human standards so that you can see things through my eyes. You will no longer walk seeking approval because you will know that my approval is enough. And in that confidence, you will move forward, not worrying about applause or criticism. When my promises begin to come to life in front of you, you will see that everything has a perfect order, Nothing will happen too early, surprising you, or too late, leaving you exhausted from waiting. The exact moment is the one I've chosen, and when it arrives, you will understand that every delay was part of the plan. The people and opportunities I bring into your life will be just right and strong, and they will not depend on your effort to keep them, because I will have arranged them myself. The place I am leading you to is not just a physical location. It is a state of being. It is a position where your inner self and outer self are aligned, where who you are inside shows up without contradiction on the outside. There, you will not feel torn between what you dream and what you live, because they will be one. There, you will not have to hide your true self to move forward, because your true self will be the very thing that moves you ahead. This is a time when clarity will be so clear that you won't need any outside signs to know that you are on the right path. You will feel a deep peace, but also a strong, unstoppable strength that will push you forward. This peace will not be about being passive, but about knowing for certain that every step you take is guided and supported by me. And as you move forward, you will realize that what you once thought was out of reach has always been set aside for you, just waiting for the right time when you were ready to receive it. For a long time, you believed that your progress depended on approval, the perfect opportunity, or the help of people who seemed to hold the power to shape your future. But I allowed those things to fall apart, not to leave you unsupported, but to show you that the true foundation of your life is not in human hands. What I am preparing for you will not come from fragile connections or favors based on conditions. It will be the direct result of my intervention, and that's why no change in circumstances will be able to take it from you. In the story of your life, there are chapters you haven't read yet, and in those chapters, you will see that nothing you thought was a loss was ever wasted. The times you thought were setbacks were actually silent periods of building, where I strengthened the things that could not be seen. The most solid part of any building is the part that is hidden, and that is how it has been with you. Much of what I have done in you has been unseen, so that when it becomes visible, nothing can easily destroy it. I know there were seasons when it was hard for you to understand why things were moving so slowly. From where you stood, it seemed like everyone around you was moving forward while you were stuck in the same place. But while you saw stillness, I saw preparation. While you felt like you were just waiting, I was giving you the tools of discernment, patience, and strength to carry what is coming. Because the true blessing is not just receiving something but having the strength to keep it. In this new season, you will no longer be forced to struggle to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You will no longer need to change who you are to open doors, because the doors that will open for you will do so because of your true self, as I designed you to be. It will no longer be necessary to measure your steps in order to avoid discomfort, because what I bring into your life will match your authenticity. I have seen how, at times, the fear of making mistakes caused you to shrink your dreams, to settle for less than what I placed in your heart. That is why I removed those internal limits, because I don't want what is coming for you to be shaped by a restricted way of thinking. I will teach you to receive with confidence, to move without the need to ask for permission to be who you are, and to move forward without carrying the burden of proving your worth to others. When my plan begins to unfold in your life, you will see that it will not be just one opportunity that appears, but a series of perfectly connected events. Every step you take will lead to the next, with such precision that you will know you don't rely on your own strength or strategies to move forward. You will see surprising connections, resources that once seemed impossible to get, and solutions that will come exactly when you need them. You will also experience a change within yourself. The anxiety that once made you rush will be replaced by a steady, calm confidence. You will understand that what is yours in my plan does not need to be grabbed out of desperation, because it has already been set aside for you. And in that security, you will be able to make decisions from a place of peace, not fear. This is a time when what once seemed far away will begin to draw near quickly. It won't overwhelm you all at once, but come in a steady, organized flow that will help you adjust to each new stage without losing your balance. What is coming is not a reward for your human efforts, but the revealing of what has been set aside for the moment when your inner self and your purpose come together. When it arrives, you will realize that it was never just about reaching a goal, but about reaching a place of fulfillment where all areas of your life are in harmony. There, you will come to realize that true prosperity is not just about having things, but about living in harmony with what I have been shaping in you from the very beginning. What I am about to show you is not just about receiving something new, but about understanding the depth of what it means to walk in what has always been meant for you. I have set a time for you when you will no longer need to look for signs outside of yourself to know you are on the right path. The certainty will be within you, strong and deep, like a root that doesn't move with the wind. This conviction was not built in a day. It is the result of every moment where you chose to keep moving forward, even when you couldn't see the results right away. In the past, many of your decisions were shaped by the need to protect yourself from past hurts. Perhaps you chose shorter paths to avoid risk or took safer routes to prevent repeating the pain. But in this new season, you will no longer act out of defense, but out of trust. Fear will no longer lead your steps, but the clear vision I have given you will guide you. That clarity will not only direct your decisions, but will also draw in what matches your purpose and push away anything that might take you off course. I have not prepared this moment for you to depend on temporary feelings or passing enthusiasm. What I have built in you is strong enough to endure pressure and temptation. And that strength is not about being rigid, but about being flexible with wisdom guiding you. Not everything that comes your way is meant for you to take. That's why I have sharpened your ability to discern, so you can tell the difference between what seems good and what is truly part of my plan for you. Listen carefully, because I speak to you clearly and directly today. It is no accident that this message has reached you at this moment. I, your God, have been watching over you even before you were formed in your mother's womb. I have seen every moment of your life, every victory and every wound, every smile and every tear. Now I want to explain to you the reasons behind many things you didn't understand, why I allowed certain things to happen, why what seemed like loss occurred, and why things were taken from you. You thought everything was falling apart, that you were losing what little or much you had worked so hard for. You felt like you were being stripped of the things you loved, the things you thought were secure, the things you believed gave you your identity. But I want you to understand that this wasn't punishment, it was a work of deep love. This isn't about starting over, like rebuilding what was broken. It's about stepping into a life that is grounded in what is eternal, in what cannot be moved. I am leading you to unshakable foundations, where you can live fully, truthfully, and with a purpose that will last forever. Everything that is temporary will fade away, but what I've prepared for you will remain forever. I saw you in those moments when you held back your true thoughts to avoid discomfort. I saw when you dimmed the light I placed within you, just to fit in places that were never meant for you. I watched you adapt, change, and even disguise who you were to find acceptance. You changed the way you spoke, the way you acted, and hid your deepest dreams, all in search of belonging. Yet, deep down, you knew you were in the wrong place. I also saw when you appeared strong on the outside, but it wasn't your true strength, it was a shield to protect your vulnerability, the very part of you that you feared others would reject. I saw you build high, thick walls around your heart, thinking they would keep you safe from being hurt again. I saw how you became someone who smiled on the outside while your inner self cried out in silence. And while these defenses seemed to protect you, they were also robbing you of the chance to live as the person I created you to be. That's why, with my unchanging love, I allowed discomfort to grow inside of you. I let you feel like you no longer fit into the masks you had made because you were never meant to live in hiding. I allowed those false appearances to start falling, like dry leaves from a tree when the new season comes. I didn't do this to shame you, but to set you free. I didn't expose you to humiliate you, but to show you that you don't have to hide anymore. There is something inside of you that no one else fully understood, because I was the first to see it.